Hey everyone, it's Erin Floto, and I am here doing my final flip through of my bullet journal that I have had from January to June of 2018. So I'm really sad to be getting rid of this guy, but it has served me quite well for the past 6 months. So one thing before I start doing my flip through is I have totally forgotten the past couple months to do recreations. So I have some recreations floating by over here, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been tagging me in their photos and telling me that they've been inspired by me and they have really enjoyed recreating these spreads. So thank you so much for really making me feel like these videos are valuable. And for just supporting me on this channel. It has meant a lot to me. So thank you for everyone that's done some recreations. I am now going to show you my flip through. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of a recap. Let's go into it. And as you can see, sometimes I fill this out, sometimes I don't. So this was one of my favorite at a glance pages. This I obviously recreated and I loved how this turned out. And I really like that I went with black and white for this one, but I'm even more glad that I added the pop of color into my new bullet journal, and I'll link that setup video up there for you guys. The quarterly goals has really been working for me. This tracker I've completely abandoned. Although I just got to 9K, so I guess technically I abandoned it, but technically I didn't even need it. So this one I've also abandoned because I do it more on a month-by-month basis, and I like the measurements more than tracking weight and body fat percentage because measurements tell me a lot more. And then we went into January, which this is one of my favorite themes to date. I hated doing this mood tracker, but I did like this habit tracker. And as you can see, this is what I mean by the body measurements, that I do this on a monthly basis. So I really just went with whatever days needed to be tracked, and then I, totally forgot the weekend. So sometimes weeks are like that. And up until a certain point, I have done more hybrid weeks because in the winter months, things just aren't as busy, really. So this was the Simplify. I can't remember what the actual challenge was. I think it was from Emily Lay, and I'll link that below, what I got for this. And so I never went back in and highlighted some stuff, so this is a bit incomplete. Cleaning the house, this is just kind of a general layout of my house, and I really just wanted to put everything down on paper. I didn't go back through and X out everything, but it was really helpful for me just to go walk into the room and be able to list everything in that room. As you can see, more hybrid layouts. And then I always do this review, which is my social media review, what my numbers were on the 1st, what they were on the 31st, and then what the difference was over the course of that month, and then just a general summary. And then this was a watercolor, and I wrote February, and then I named this guy Fred, and someone was like, oh, you should write Fred Brewery, so I did. The headache and pain tracker, this Tetra tracker, I really like, and I may bring back, but not as a headache and pain tracker because I haven't been having headaches as much, and I've been doing a really good job of hydrating, which was, I think, one of my main issues. I never did the medal count for the Olympics. This next page, I have some tax information. So this is just a general thing that I made for tax season, just so that I can refer back to it next year, just to see what kind of numbers I had and things like that. And then this is a quote from My Favorite Murder. Again, more hybrid weeklies, hybrids, more hybrids. We booked our wedding venue on that day, and that was really exciting. This is one of my favorite hybrid layouts for my work, because I go into the office on Wednesday and Thursday, so usually I have more meetings, I have more tasks that go on those days. And then again, I do my social media. I didn't end up doing the difference this time, and then I left this page for a more thorough review because I was very upset with how things went on Instagram that month, and I actually deleted about 1,000 just non-active accounts. So then my numbers were very low for that month. And then I really liked having this video plan. I'm thinking about bringing that back. And my avocado thing was so much fun. I loved the avocado theme. And as you can see, I brought back that hybrid because I really did like that hybrid account, or that hybrid format. And I actually messed up this last week, so then I just put it in the back here because I had already set up the next month, so then I just put it back here, which, I mean, didn't hurt at all. It actually worked out pretty well just having it back there. And then this is the first time I did my cleaning tracker, which I made into a sticker, and I love this cleaning tracker, I really do. And then my March in review. And then this was the Meet the Maker, which I didn't end up finishing. This was a homework. Diet starts Monday. Another quarterly goals. We're just finishing up June, so I haven't gone through and finished up this quarterly goals. April was my favorite murder theme, and the first time ever that I completely finished a tracker because it was didn't get murdered. So, and I actually didn't add stay sexy because not every day I feel sexy, and I really wanted to finish a tracker, so I just did the didn't get murdered. So a lot of these, you'll see a lot of quotes throughout the month. I was not feeling great in April, so I didn't end up doing my measurements. I was so sick for a while there, which was all this green and yellow, and then I got much, much better after that. Again, my cleaning tracker, and I never ended up adding the quote. I was going to add a Paul Onions quote, and I never did. Hybrid Weekly. This is just a general look at one of my workouts, my workout plans, I should say. I really like this theme because it allowed me to bring in just pops of color, but it was mostly a grayscale theme, and I really liked that. More hybrids. And at the end of this month, and Golden State Killer was caught, which was very applicable for this particular My Favorite Murder theme. My April in review, and actually in April is when I decided, okay, I can't do any more hybrids because things are really ramping up and I don't have enough room to really put all of my tasks in. So I really like this April in review, and I really love this Currently I Am page, and I need to start doing that again. This was kind of me testing some stuff out for my May theme, which was my underwater, which most of you guys have seen because I did a Plan My Day series, and I didn't go through and mark this stuff off, and I really should have. One of my favorite habits and mood trackers, just because of how beautiful it looks. I really like this kind of hybrid theme where I had the different types of habits and then the mood as the overall color. That was really fun. one line a day. Again, one of my favorite spreads to date, body measurements. This worked, but not. I liked how it was set up, but I didn't like how the meal log was going really. And I'd rather have one page for my doodles. Again, you guys have seen most of this if you have been around this channel for a while, but I loved this month, so I'm gonna flip through it quite quickly. This is usually how it goes when I'm going and cleaning, because I'm like, okay, this is the one area I want to target today. Let's make a full list. And I really like to keep it really simple and then just have like maybe a quote. That's usually how I plan, is okay, just list everything out that you can think of, even if you know you can't get it done. That way you can refer back to it later, and let's go ahead and start getting it done. This is the first time that I did a Dutch door, which I really liked, but I didn't make a plan for the doodles because this was the first month I've ever done like a doodle challenge in my notebook, so that didn't really work. And then I did a vertical one, which I really do like the vertical Dutch door, and it has worked out really well for me. And then I added a little habit log over here because I was having a hard time remembering what my habits were that I was tracking, so I kept having to refer back to an earlier format, like over here. So that worked really well. And that's the weekend I went to Syracuse, so I had my flights just down there. I didn't keep track of anything because I just wanted to be with my fiance, so that was really nice. And then I did this May in review, and then I never went back in and did my May favorites, and I really should. And obviously I have not been using these bookmarks this month, but that's fine too. Again, this is the first time I've ever done watercolor, and I really enjoyed the watercolor, and I love this quote: revive your light, manifest your dreams, realize your worth. So it's actually Friday right now, so I need to catch up on my mood and habit trackers and my cleaning trackers. So some things are not quite done. And I didn't take body measurements, so I'm actually going to take body measurements tomorrow. And I never finished the Oodles of Doodles, but I liked how it was going. This was my travel planning. And then my social media posting, I tried to do like my cleaning tracker, but it didn't really work. I need to kind of rethink and reformat this, because that was easy because I had a visual representation. Oh, this day is this thing, versus Instagram, which my general goal was 5 times a week. So if I went over that, I didn't really know what to do. If I went under that, I don't know. It just didn't really work. I like this June orders page. And then this is the first week that I decided just to do this running task list because things were busy and I was traveling and things like that. And then I love this type of Dutch door where I have my macros and just like an at a glance, and then I have the rest of it as my task list. So that worked really well. And then these quote pages just got me every week. It just kept me going. And then this is my current week, so I still need to address a bunch of stuff. Obviously, I'm on Friday because I have a bunch of these going. And then I started my June in review, but I'm going to add some watercolor, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this page. And then I have some blank pages here, which will be good just for general stuff. If I want to test out some pens, if I want to add some quote pages, if I want to sketch something out for a layout design, if I need pages to do fixes for my future bullet journal, these are really good to have. Then I have my FIFA World Cup page, just a general schedule for the FIFA World Cup, how I was planning my bullet journal move, some random pages here and there. This is my Maid of Honors page. She just wanted to play around with lettering with my brush pen, so I gave her a page in my journal to do that. This is the Kelly Creates pen. There was a problem with 2 of the pens, so I had to bring those back. Back to basics. That's when I was very frustrated. I used this for a fix for my bullet journal. Again, you saw this guac page. And then these are just some general lists about ideas and themes and stuff like that. So things for my bullet journal, YouTube video ideas, more video ideas, Etsy trends. This was at the beginning of the year. And then I am to my pen test page. So that is it. That is it for this bullet journal. I need it for today and tomorrow, and then I will be saying goodbye to it, just like all the other ones, and I will be moving into my A5 Lavender Scribbles That Matter. And again, you guys know I'm very much a Scribbles girl, so I had to go with the Scribbles That Matter to go into the rest of my 2018. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope you guys loved coming along with me for the ride for the past 6 months, and we'll say goodbye to this little guy with me. So thank you, like, subscribe, notification bell, all that kind of jazz, and I will see you on Monday. Bye, everyone.